Hey amazing people, how are you? It's day 2 of my life challenge that I've set myself and a few other people in honour of Bob Proctor, who died a few days ago and who was such a huge influence on millions and millions of people's lives around the globe. Now yesterday I talked about my first lesson I ever had in Thinking to Results was all about goals. Now, I wanted to talk about the goals I set while I was doing Thinking into Results and how actually doing the program did change my life. Before then, I had ideas, I had dreams and thoughts that I wanted to do things, but I wasn't getting it done. Does that sound familiar? You have these dreams, you have these goals, but you've got to take action. And this is why that course really changed my life. And it was a brilliant course. But the biggest thing for me was having mentorship, because it gave me accountability, it gave me somebody to go to ask questions, and it gave me the reinforcement whilst I was learning mindset, the tools I needed to create the results in my life. So what were the 2 goals that I set in my Thinking into Results program? Well, the first one was a personal goal. I had bad sleep, and that narrative in my life was I don't sleep well. And I learned to change that, and I learned to change the paradigm. And I did have really poor sleep. And I got myself an Oura ring. These are amazing little bit of kit. They're great for collecting data. And you need data to help you change things in life. And I started changing my sleep patterns. And I've been able to track this now for over a year with my Oura ring. So what were some of the actions that I took? I decided that changing my sleep patterns was going to be a goal for me, a personal goal to improve my health. And it really did. Sleep is so important. It's the realm of the subconscious, and that is so important. But it's also really important for mood and energy. So I wanted to change my sleeping patterns. And I started being more aware of my sleeping patterns and how I wanted to change them. And I started to do meditation in the day. And I will link a meditation of Bob's in the comments later. But I also started doing some nighttime meditations, and it started to make an impact. Now, with the data from my ring, I was quite surprised at how little deep sleep I was getting. Now get this, I was getting about 8 to 10 minutes a night of deep sleep, and we need so much more than that. And I started to then be much more aware and I consciously wanted to change this, and I kept taking actions to do that. And for a start, I had to try something, see if it worked. And if it worked a little bit, then I'd add something else in and etc. And I started paying attention, and this is what awareness does. And once you're actually tracking your goal properly. So I'd put in a meditation, and I noticed that I was starting to get up to about 20 minutes deep sleep a night, which was like massively more for me. But I wanted more. I started noticing on the nights when I had like a phenomenal night's sleep for me, so I got 40 minutes deep sleep, I was so much better the next day, and I started wanting that and craving that deep sleep in my life and making steps towards doing it. I could see that by the times I ate at night, the times I started settling down at night and doing my bedtime routine, and the times if I had had a drink, if it was a special occasion, if I'd gone out, or if it was a birthday, how that impacted my sleep. And I could start putting things into action to really work it so that my sleep pattern did improve. And I started doing longer nighttime sleep meditations. I did some from the Reality Revolution. There are millions free on YouTube. You don't have to pay for expensive sleep meditations, courses or apps. You can get so many free on YouTube, and they are brilliant, and that's what I used. And I started to see my deep sleep increasing. My goal was working. And then my mentor, Dr. Spencer Poole, had us do something that was very different. We created what we call a Power Life script on our phones. We all have our modern phones now, and you can get some amazing apps, free apps called Audio Loop or Loop Player. And we actually created our own sleep affirmations, or our life affirmations, to record to sleep music We use Dr. Harry Henshaw's music for insomnia. And it's literally myself telling myself the characteristic traits I want, the things I want to achieve in my life, the way I want my life to be. And we create our own reality. And I listen to my Power Life script at night, and I've done 3 now. And you do it, and you look at the data, and you know if it feels right for you, and you adjust it a little bit. And I've got one that I really, really love now. It's really working for me. And my deep sleep now is about 1 hour and 10 minutes a night. Isn't that crazy how much it changes? And it does seem really crazy creating your own sleep meditation or life affirmation meditation. But it makes a big, big difference. And if you think about it, it's your own voice you hear in your head all day long. So when you're listening to it at night, it makes a huge difference. It's very comforting and very soothing to yourself. And how we go to sleep, those last thoughts we have at night, those feelings we have at night are really, really what we take into the realm of subconscious, and how we wake up feeling in the morning, and what we create in our life and the actions we take from those feelings and emotions. So it's really, really interesting and really important. But it massively increased my sleep patterns, and I feel so much better. I've actually stopped some medications that I was on. I have a neurological pain condition and managed to stop some pain medicine. I have more energy. I have brighter moods. I do more. I'm more effective. I enjoy life more. Changing your sleep is so important. It was a really good goal for me. When I set it, it did feel like a bit of like a wishy-washy goal. And really, it wasn't. It was a really good goal because it impacted a lot in my life. It improved my health, it improved my mood, it improved the quality of my life, and it improved what I do in a day, in my actions I take, because I'm not tired, I'm not worn out early on in the daytime. Looking after yourself is really, really important. So setting a sleep goal was amazing, and tracking it was really, really good. You don't need an Oura ring. You can get watches that do measure sleep and steps, but having a regular bedtime and a regular wake up time is also something I learned during that process that really, really impacted my sleep and really improved my life. So setting that goal in Thinking into Results was an amazing achievement for me. It's impacted my life so much. I'm going to leave it there today, but tomorrow I'm going to talk about the goal I set myself for. It was a personal goal. I guess all our goals are personal, but it was more of a business type goal. It was something I wanted to achieve, and it was this book. And I'm going to tell you how I set that as my goal in Thinking to Results, and how I achieved it, and how mentorship was so important for that. And I will see you tomorrow. Have an amazing day.